Room 442 is brought to you by North Star Bets. That's a win.
Welcome into Room 442. I'm Sarah Pararia, joined alongside Michael Singh and James Sharman. And fellas, it's time for Would You Rather. Mikey, this is your first time playing this game.
I'm excited.
Nice.
I am excited.
Look how happy he is. So
I bring way more
nice.
energy to your segments than you did a red card, yellow card, by the way. Which, but still clears as everybody's favorite.
I wouldn't say it's clear.
Wow, you got competition
Quite the
now.
response so far to Would You Rather.
Yeah, there
Positive?
you go.
Or mixed?
I said there's been quite the response to Would You
Yeah,
Rather.
you don't want to specify whether positive or negative, eh?
James
Let's
knows.
see.
Well, James knows the game. I put him to the test last week, of course. There are a few questions I brought back for Mikey to answer because
Okay,
I'm
fair
curious to
enough.
see. So if you know,
Lazy.
yeah,
Anyway.
Your answer wasn't good
lazy.
enough,
That's what
James.
it is. No, I am curious to see because I think he'll actually disagree with us, and so that's why a little
Always.
controversial.
I don't even need to know what the questions are. I'll
You're
tell you that I'm going to
disagreeing.
disagree with you.
All right, guys. So let's start with the first question, and this one actually is specifically for you.
I love it.
Welcome to the game. Would you rather Manchester City or Liverpool win the Premier League?
Oh, come on, man.
This is
one
how-
or the other.
Yeah,
Well, I'm going to say I would rather Manchester City
insane.
win the Premier League. And the reason being is because I don't want to come in every day and have to deal with Sharms, who already is on a pedestal alone. But imagine if he have to deal with him every single day after Liverpool win a title. That's going to be the deal breaker for me. You know, it's pick your poison. I'm not going to win either way, but I'm definitely not going to win sitting next to James Sharman.
I
every
would
day.
be unbearable.
Yeah, you're already unbearable.
We'll wait till next year for that, okay?
Well, I was going to say, I mean, you're at least used to City winning the Premier League.
There you go. You know,
There's that
they've
too,
done it
right?
a couple of
Yeah.
years, and you know their tracker. They still got a long way to go to catch Manchester United in titles. Where Liverpool a little closer than I'd like to admit.
Neck and neck.
Neck and neck. All right. James, I obviously know the answer there for you, so we'll move right along. We'll start with you this time, James. Would
Okay.
you rather win a World Cup but never win a UCL, or win 3 UCL titles? 3, but never a World Cup.
3
3, yeah.
Champions League titles, but no World
Yeah,
Cup.
I had to make
man.
them a little bit.
So where do I see? I love World Cups. I love international football, but to have 3 Champions League. There's been great champions, legendary players who never won a World Cup. It's every 4 years. It's so hard to win a World Cup. It's rare to win a World Cup. So I think I'd rather have the Champions League crowns than the World Cup. But that's a tough one. I mean, either way, you know, you want to win them both, obviously. But look at the great players that haven't won World Cups. You know, I could go through a litany of English players. After 1966, Steven Gerrard, Wayne Rooney, David Beckham,
well,
Harry Kane,
Stevie G had a
all
lot
great
of
players. Who's won Champions League though? 3 of them. I mean, Beckham won 2 Champions Leagues.
What?
One in '99, and then he had left in 2007 for Real Madrid. hadn't he?
Madrid. Before, before that.
2002, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still going. Give me the Champions League crowns, I think, over the World Cup.
Ooh, okay. Mikey, what about you?
You know, I think part of it comes down to how big of a role that you play on your teams.
Okay, let's say you're a starter.
You're a
We'll give
starter,
you that.
yeah.
Maybe you're not the top goal scorer, but you're starting, you know, all those, whatever, 7
You are
matches.
Harry Kane. You've won neither at this point.
Yeah, if I'm Harry Kane, a World Cup. It's a World Cup. Imagine Harry Kane brings a World Cup back home for England, right? World Cup, because it happens every 4 years. Doesn't happen as often. I don't even care if you're winning 2, 3 World Cups. Like you're
Yeah.
all automatically epitomized as a legend in your country.
Yeah.
You win Champions Leagues if you're playing for, let's say, Barcelona or Real Madrid or Bayern. A lot of players win Champions Leagues for Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern, right? I think World Cups is more special.
But for me, I don't need to be a legend unlike yourself. You
Yeah,
know, my
yeah,
ego
it's
isn't
really
quite
important
out of
actually
control,
that I'm a legend, yeah.
right?
I
It's
think the
just
thing
about-
is, I'm actually with Mikey on this one, rare occasion, but I think the thing is with the World Cup is that if you look back at all the World Cups of your lifetime, now that's many, many more for you than it is for me, but you can remember the winning teams of each of those World Cups, and it stands out so much more than going back through the Champions League. Yeah, we could probably go back at least the last like maybe 15 or so, but it's not as, I think,
I don't need the
glory-
notoriety. You guys are
What
just
if-
so
No, but I think
ego-driven. You
the
need the
thing is-
notoriety.
What if
I
the
don't think it's
question-
about
I
I
don't
think
need
it's just
fame.
about doing it for the country and just like what it means, because like you said, it is so rare. It's once every 4 years, so your chances are obviously way slimmer. So I think it's already way harder.
No, it's for my ego for sure. But I think, what if the question was 5 Champions League titles? Or one World
was
Cup?
3 or 5. It's the same thing.
Is it?
Yeah, sure it is.
No. People have
many-
won.
So you
People
got
have
a
won
trophy
3
cabinet with
Champions
3
Leagues before.
Champions League trophies in there, mock ones, obviously. The real ones in Switzerland somewhere. You got 3 of them. It looks pretty great.
There's got to be a certain threshold to like change your mind from one World Cup versus.
I know,
another
that's why I went
Champions
with 3,
Leagues.
because I thought, no, 2. Gotta
No,
make it.
like-
It has to be juicier. Because I felt like if I just went UCL or World Cup, of course it's the World Cup. 1 UCL.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. In that case,
2 seemed a little bit, and I was like, okay, bump it up to 3. That seems like it's a bit
Yeah.
more.
Even
3
I'm
great
not saying.
parties compared to 1 great party. Look at it that way.
Same kind of party.
3
then?
bus parades compared to 1 bus parade.
So Kareem Benzema has 5 World Cups. So
5 Champions Leagues.
Champions
Sorry.
Leagues. Yeah, 5 World
Hasn't got 1 World Cup because he wasn't
that-
there 5 years ago.
there you go. So Kareem Benzema is the perfect point. You could either have your 5.
He seems pretty happy.
He seems pretty happy. I mean,
He's
the
got all
French
the-
don't like him,
He's got all
but he
the
seems
blackmailing
happy.
money he needs.
I think
Jest
either way.
there.
I think either way
I
you're
don't know
happy,
if he's
right?
Joking.
All right. All right. Let's move along. Something about this season, actually. All right, Mikey. Would you rather be a part of Napoli's squad this year or Real Madrid's? And I'm picking Real Madrid because they might win the whole thing still in terms of the UCL.
Will I still be part of Real Madrid squad next year?
No, we never know. We never know.
Depends how you perform in the final, doesn't it? Really.
Napoli for sure. Like anybody who plays for Napoli this season is going to be like same thing as the World Cup, just absolutely remembered.
There's going to be portraits of them in the
glorified.
museums.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In Naples, that city is going to be such a vibe. You'll be an icon in that city forever. Where Real Madrid, I hate to say it, but it's just another year for Real Madrid.
No? All right.
I agree, yeah.
Yeah.
Being that man, as Maradona found out, being a god in Naples. Have you been to Naples before? Have you been there?
Have you?
Yeah, I have. It's absolutely incredible. It's
Oh, did you
beautiful.
like it?
Loved it.
Oh, really?
You didn't like it?
It's a bit. It wasn't great. Like the Napoli football vibe was very good, but I found there was a lot of crime in the city.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
I heard that before I went there, that there's so much crime, be careful. I didn't see any of it. I just saw
No.
these beautiful
It helps when you
people,
have a
these beautiful
boatload
streets.
of money.
Beautiful
Well, obviously,
streets.
obviously
The
staying in like
streets
a
were.
it's 5-star hotel,
Yeah.
obviously, in the rich part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, that's the
Chauffeur.
thing.
No, I wasn't.
I was just a
Yeah.
regular person.
Yeah,
no,
just
the
a
streets
regular
were
going
filled
there,
with
but when you're
like
James
a bunch
Sharman.
of people selling things to you, people sleeping on the streets, very dirty.
The city.
He doesn't know that part of it. He doesn't understand.
He hasn't
Hey,
been with
listen,
the
I
people.
backpacked it.
No,
Right?
I was too.
know
That was when I was doing
Naples.
3 months in Europe.
Amazing
I found,
place.
I liked the food. I liked the people, but I found the city. I don't know. Maybe I have to go back, but I found it very. Yeah, it was really dirty, and like it wasn't like. There are nicer places in Italy. is
Well, there
all I
might be
would
nicer
say.
places, but I preferred it to Rome. Way more than
Yeah, Rome is very touristy, though, right?
Rome's nice.
Awful.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Parts of it.
Florence, on the
Shopping's
other
nice.
hand, you can't touch Florence. That place is
Haven't been to
the
Florence.
Renaissance.
I would love to go there.
Tuscany is also absolutely gorgeous.
Florence is in Tuscany.
Is it?
Geography
I
101.
This is a soccer show, can you tell? Let's show off about how many parts of Europe have you been to over the years.
All right, Mikey, this one's for you because I asked this to James last week. Would you rather win your domestic league, so the Prem, or the UCL?
The UCL.
I knew he would
The
choose
UCL.
that, and that's why I picked it.
Yeah, no, the UCL. It's the best of the best in the world.
It's not, though.
What do you mean it's not?
Because wasn't it with maybe Albert was in this chat and wasn't Mikey, but he was saying a lot of the time the team that wins the Champions League isn't the best team in Europe.
Fair, but you're competing against the best of the best, right? There's no other competition in the world that pits the best teams from each league against one another. So I think it's tougher to win a UEFA Champions League than it is a domestic league, and you're in a domestic competition every single year, no matter what we finished the year before. Whereas a Champions League, you have to qualify for a Champions League. So speaking from Manchester United's perspective, you don't always qualify for the UEFA Champions League, and I think it's just a tougher competition to win. So I would rather a UCL trophy.
That's a fair point, but James, do you think it's tougher than competing week in and week out for a Premier League for nearly 10 months?
I mean, we said before, the grind of the 38-game season was why I prefer the Prem. And I think it's difficult, with respect, unless you lived in that country, to see what it means to that country, right?
Yeah, fair.
A domestic league is so important, right? Lifting that crown, it means so much. That being said, in England, not too many teams have lifted that crown in the Champions League, right? So maybe a different perspective than, say, Spain or even Italy, right? Milan and Real Madrid. But yeah, I mean, personally, it's always been the domestic trophy number one. But that's not to say that it's not pretty cool to win the Champions League, right?
Oh, for
It's not
sure.
like one or the other. They're both pretty great.
Yeah.
I
Maybe you
see
could
the
win
argument you
both.
make, but yeah, give me the grind
right
and being the
argument.
end of it.
Is what you're saying. The right argument.
No, the incorrect
Is-
argument.
Is that what you call it? Yeah.
All right, James. Who would you rather have as your manager, Prime Klopp or Prime Guardiola?
Oh, that's a good one. Prime. Wait, you saying that they're not prime right now?
I don't think Klopp's prime right now.
I don't know if Pep's prime right now either.
Yeah, I know, which is crazy on his way to a treble.
I don't know. I think he's redefining himself again, actually, right now.
Yeah,
Pep.
he took a break and now he's back.
I think it'd be so much fun to play for Klopp, for sure. I love heavy metal football, but to play for Pep, who might be the greatest of all time, and just getting inside that mind for a couple of seasons would be just fascinating. So I'd probably say Pep. But man, it's not like you're saying, is it going to be, Roy Hodgson or Pep?
It's two really good
Yeah, two great
options
managers,
here.
right? Yeah, but I would take Pep, but that's not to take anything away from Jurgen Klopp. It would be a ton of fun to play under. He loves his players.
Oh yeah, he does.
Right.
He does. Mikey.
That's the thing, right? Apparently, everyone who played under Jurgen Klopp during his quote unquote prime loved Jurgen Klopp. And I'm not saying not the same for Pep, but there was something you feel about playing for a Jurgen Klopp type of team. That being said, me personally, it's Pep just based on what he's accomplished already for a longer span. Let's face it, like Jurgen Klopp, great run with Dortmund, came over to Liverpool, struggled for a little bit, but then had a really great run with Liverpool, and then now is struggling a little bit. Whereas Pep Guardiola, has he skipped a beat?
But
Well,
can
no, but
he
look at the
coach
clubs-
on a cold
look at the
night
money
in
he's
Stoke?
spending. Exactly.
The money he's spending.
Plus, if you're playing under prime Pep, you're playing beside Leo Messi as well.
Xavi, Iniesta.
Pretty cool.
I think I think Pep teaches you so much. Like soccer IQ, Pep is up there. Like he is.
Yeah,
he's
he's a
makes so
visionary.
many. Exactly.
He's
like
redefined the sport
we
in
talked
many
about
ways.
this so much, but look at what he's doing with John Stones. Like he just sees things in players and he just pulls it out of
I
them.
wonder what he'd see in me. Would he look through the crap part of me, and find somewhere in there's a footballer? Probably not.
Tough
Probably
job
not.
for
He's
Pep.
got to look through a lot.
Sold.
Oh my
Sold.
goodness.
First transfer window, James.
Oh yeah,
Germany
for
is
sure,
sold.
absolutely.
All right,
I'd be Joe Hart
Mikey.
2.0.
Oh, shout out Joe Hart.
Would you rather be in Chelsea or Tottenham's position this year? Knowing.
Miserable existences, eh?
Damn, that's a good one. That's a tough one. They both suck. Chelsea, money,
Insane.
money,
Insane.
money. You have
10th
so
place
many,
over 5th place as we speak,
But look
as
at-
we record.
But look at their starting points, right, at Chelsea. You have players who may not click in unison right now, but individually, fantastic players. Tottenham's a team that A, is not really clicking in unison, and B, aside from Harry Kane, Son, maybe a couple others, individually, I'd take... How many of Tottenham's starters automatically get into Chelsea's starting 11?
One for sure.
yeah,
At
one.
least one, maybe two in Son.
Maybe Lloris if he's fit, if he decides to
No,
play.
not over
I'd
Kepa
just
and
play with
Mendy.
Kepa at this point. Which is
Yeah, I
frightening.
don't know.
Yeah, that's my point. Is that I think moving forward, I think Chelsea have a higher ceiling than Tottenham has right now. Who honestly, I don't see a light at the end of the tunnel for Tottenham because of the core that they've built, and we both know what's going to happen with Harry Kane. At least it seems like it's going to be that way. I think it's Chelsea. I don't think it's that crazy to say.
No, I
either.
know. I'm just saying, like, when you look at it, like, you're taking a 10th place team over a 5th place team. Like, that is how bad Tottenham are right now. James,
I think
what do
there's
you...
more anger in the Spurs fan base too this year for some
Yeah.
reason. I think as much as Chelsea fans are upset, at the same time they see this owner who's extremely ambitious, who's making all these mistakes, but they're kind of giving him a bit of a mulligan. So he'll figure it out with that kind of money. But at the moment, he's not getting it done. Whereas at Spurs, just they look at Daniel Levy with such vitriol, and they say, "Man, our club's just in a bad place. We can't get it right. We never get it right." Chelsea's got recent success, and there will be success as well down the line. I think Spurs fans are so angry with everything that they wouldn't be fun to play in front of, for sure. Whereas at this point, Chelsea fans are just laughing at them, saying, "Man, this is a gong show.
Yeah,
Come
no
on next
kidding.
year, right?"
Yeah. All right,
That's
two
a
more
good one.
guys. Let's move along. Would you rather, James, lose your best player for your club or for your country?
Oof.
This one hurts.
So England or Liverpool?
Yes.
Lose like through injury for the season type thing, right?
Yeah, let's say injury for the season, and like the best player. Like we're talking like 2017 Mo Salah for Liverpool.
I would not want to lose my country's top player because. Why are you laughing? Because there's so few of them.
That and I just thought about who's behind your country's best player.
There's less depth for my country for sure. And when you lose a player, say before a big tournament, it's happened before. I remember Steven Gerrard missing the World Cup. Just it was horrible. It was just heartbreaking because that team needed him so badly. Yeah. When Wayne Rooney did his metatarsal. And he made the World Cup, but wasn't the same player. It was a killer. When Michael Owen did his hamstring in the World Cup and they lost him, it was a killer because you need these players. Whereas on your club side, it's a long season, you can get through it, you can still beat bad teams. But in a big tournament, you need to have your best players, especially with a team like England.
That stuff still haunts you, right?
Yeah.
You called that really quickly.
Yeah.
And I'm disappointed in you, Sharms, that you weren't talking about Canada. Because clearly you don't identify as Canadian.
Now maybe we know the answer to the question, right? That's a good point.
For me, it's either Canada, it's Alphonso Davies, obviously, and for Manchester United,
Bruno Fernandes.
Probably Bruno Fernandes. Who, by the way, shout out Bruno, could potentially miss his first game ever due to injury on Thursday against Tottenham. That is
easy though. Fine, right? It's Tottenham.
Insane. But yeah, it's obviously Bruno Fernandes, just because opposite of the reason that Sharm said. Right, you got more depth at Manchester United than you do at Canada.
That's fair. Okay, interesting. There's two like completely, but I get both, and both are just not going to be great.
What about you?
No, exactly.
I already did when Messi left Barcelona. It was the worst day of my life. Never want to relive that.
The worst day of your life.
Yeah,
wow, you've had a great life.
It was up there. I know. It was great. No, that like he's been there forever. I grew up watching this guy, so I had so much more of a connection with him at the club. With Spain, I've seen them in their best moments, but. Messi is so polarizing for Barcelona. I think that's also what it is. It's a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but why is he polarizing?
Well, like because he is the best player ever, and then he also left. Whereas Spain went through their generational, talent of winning 2018, 2010, and 2012. There were so many good players on that team that you'd like. Okay, if I lose Sergio Ramos. We still have such good defenders. If I lose Busquets, I have Xavi and Iniesta here. Like it wasn't, I think, and that's what I'm just looking back on.
Yeah, Spain was more of a team.
Yeah, that's the thing. But I will never forget the day.
I remember when Julian Lopetegui left. Broke your heart. I remember the tears.
I was fuming. I was fuming. And now, how's he doing at Wolves?
Well, they'll survive.
All right.
It's not too bad.
But not too great either. Neither is Spain in that sense. All right, final question, James. Nope, this one's actually just for Mikey. Sorry.
All right, I'll sit back and just listen to the incorrect answer.
All right, would you rather have Canada lose in the final of the Gold Cup or Liverpool win the Premier League?
Canada lose in the final of the Gold Cup because they don't get to finals and Gold Cups very often. So that's an accolade to celebrate on its own. And again, going back to my original point, imagine having to sit next to this guy and just hear about Liverpool winning the Premier League.
But you'd rather have Canada lose in the final
of a Gold Cup
versus Canada win and Liverpool win?
Again, it's like usually a normal person would say no, but you guys don't understand what it's like to have to deal with
James
James
We have to deal
Sharman.
with you.
I know you'll be far. If United win the league, he'll be so much worse
I'm
than
not
me.
coming into.
No,
you would be the biggest chirper that I know in this
James
place.
will have a solid 30 seconds and probably never bring it up again.
Yeah, exactly.
You will come in for weeks wearing the same
you know
United
what?
shirt.
How do you guys know that? Because I've never come in with any of my teams.
Because when any of our teams lose,
when
any of our teams lose, whether it's to United or not, you come in here swinging for us.
Whoa. First of all, shout out United for beating Barcelona.
There it is.
But
and the point is
when
made.
did I say anything about Manchester United beating Barcelona to you?
You did when I came back because I was on holiday.
I said you went on holiday because
look at this,
you knew that they were going to lose.
Making my point, ladies and gentlemen, Mikey saying exactly.
It's a shame because you actually rented a plane with a big tail to like saying,
you missed
hey
that because
Sarah,
you're on
did you see
holiday
the game?
hiding.
But you're away, so it's a shame.
Well, Sylvia took care of them for me. Thank you very much. All right, guys, that was Would You Rather. Mikey, how'd you enjoy it?
It was really, really fun. Like the second best game here at Room 442.
Perfect. All right, well, that's all we can ask for. We hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll be back with some more Would You Rather very soon.
Room 442 is brought to you by North Star Bets. That's a win.